campfire all week, and I've had several people tell me I need to go over and interview him. I mean, people on comments, because they know him apparently. And his name is Gus, and he lives in a bus. His name is Gus in the Bus. Kind of a Dr. Seuss kind of sound or something. Oh. But anyway, are you ready to do this interview?
Sure.
All right. What do you got here? You got an older school bus.
1995 Ford school bus. But the body was made by a company in Montreal or in Quebec.
Okay.
And
all right, and you just converted it into a home on wheels. And did all the work yourself?
You know how I converted it into a camper.
A camper?
Not like a home.
Oh, okay.
Very different kind of, because I have to drive everywhere and drive over all this stuff, and
right.
I don't want to have. I also don't want to spend a lot of money, and so
right.
I basically bought it and then put a bed in it. Decided to live in it because I need to travel around, and I don't know if I want to keep this. I might have something else next year.
You don't have a lot of money wrapped up into it, so you're easy to...
It's like, and I might be in an apartment next year.
You never know.
I'm not married to the lifestyle. Right?
Oh, okay. You're just doing it for the time being, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, now you told me earlier you're from Canada?
Yeah, Vancouver.
Vancouver. Oh, yeah. I know a guy up there that does YouTube stuff in Vancouver. He says it's a beautiful town. I went to Canada on the way to Alaska, but I didn't get to go through Vancouver. But it's a destination for me someday.
I know all the guys doing YouTube in Vancouver.
You know Justin?
Yeah,
Just Incredible?
Just Incredible.
Yeah. That's who I'm talking about. So anyway, now I watched your channel. You have a YouTube channel called
Gus in a Bus without spaces.
Gus in the Bus, all words or letters.
Spaces in, they get a bunch of other things like a Great Dane.
Okay. All right, so Gus in the Bus on YouTube, and your channel's a little bit different than the regular nomad walking around and like mine. You know, I'm a truck driver doing these interviews at the RTR, but normally I don't. It's more of a trucking video channel for me. For you, it's more of like a photography video channel.
Kinda.
You know, you used to be a photographer. Or still are?
I still am.
Yeah.
I photograph people, and I'm a portrait photographer.
Right.
So
you got a good eye, I noticed.
Well, if you were a super photographer, like a really well-trained professional photographer, you'd probably argue that.
Okay. Well, to me, he's good
compared to most people. Yeah.
You don't do snapshots. You do. I saw one of your videos where you're talking about the sun coming up and the light and all the shadows and how you don't have to have the most beautiful flower. You made that bush look pretty. It was neat, you know. So
none of it. There's prickles on it.
Yeah.
And I can put the camera inside it where no one ever goes because there's prickles. But if you look at it from a perspective that no human's ever going to see, then it does look different. And because it's different, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got this. He has an eye for things like this. So you've got a pretty good channel. I've only watched a few because I've been out here and I'm very.
Is that the
pretty
good old boys way?
Yes.
That's the high.
Pretty good
Level. Okay.
I can't praise it too much because I've only watched a couple videos, trying to figure out what he's doing here. But
well, I can explain what I'm doing.
And how am I trying to say? I'm getting tongue-tied here.
That's okay.
But no, I wanted to come over and talk to you more about your photography than the bus, okay?
Yeah, the bus is just
and
the bus.
What I was wondering, while we're talking and everything, we're sitting here talking and everything, I'm going to get you to do some B footage that will be going on while we're talking right now.
Okay.
And just give an idea of things that different perspective, the way you look at a camera or how to use a camera. So, but anyway, with that said, this is going to be going on already. So, any other tough stuff we can talk about? Where do you travel a lot, or you just kind of move where you need to?
I can explain why I bought the bus. I got it because first of all, I photograph people, and I primarily shoot them outside.
Right.
But in the winter in Vancouver, it's cloudy, it's rainy, so I wasn't finding clients in Vancouver during that time, and I would have to either get a studio, which is another added expense, or I could travel around and shoot them wherever it was sunny, which seemed like a better idea.
And then you can follow the weather and all that. Yeah.
So I drove down the coast starting in September and took about a month stopping every 15 or 20 miles down through Oregon and California, through the Northern California, and hung out on beaches all the way down. Beautiful beaches, beautiful places.
Right.
And actually, when you're trying to describe my channel, I kind of describe it. I'm really giving people an alternative to this. To this kind of camping.
Oh,
like camping in groups on in a large clearing, which is kind of like all going to Walmart.
Right. Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So my deal is that if home is where you park it, then park it in a pretty spot.
Right. Right.
And so I go around trying to make sure it's seen as a pretty place. If people take time and go outside and then just sort of sit beside that bush, they'll actually see all the pretty things I do.
I've got a shop back there in Texas, and I never saw wildlife. I was building and working and making noise, and I'd take breaks and I'd go sit on the porch.
Exactly.
And while I calm down and just sit there, and all of a sudden birds start flying around that I didn't see before.
Yeah.
There's a squirrel in a tree. I never knew the squirrel lived there. When you sit down and pay attention. You sit down and pay attention and quit scaring the wildlife show back up and you can view them. I'm trying to learn that. So
it's called being present.
Right.
But that requires you to actually have an intention to be present, and then you're okay.
Right.
Then you actually start to see things. Other people call it metaphysicals. People call it meditation, and all kinds of woo-woo weird words.
Right. Yeah.
You just sit down beside a plant and make a friend.
Sit down, shut up, and look.
That's right. That's the deal. Wise men listen.
Yeah.
And then the other not so wise people are the ones you hear talking all the time.
Right. Yeah. I'm one of those talker all the time, and I'm not very wise. So okay. Well, we've got an idea about your channel. They can go to it's Gusinabus.
Yeah.
And you're on YouTube. And how long have you been doing it?
It's now been since I've been doing it seriously, like once a day since the 1st of October.
Okay, so it's a fairly new channel.
That's really new in a sense.
Well, you didn't start it yesterday, but it's not like a 5-year-old channel. Yeah. So, go over and check him out. He's got some neat videos. I watched a couple of them. The one with the guy in the school bus that had all the murals on the side of it. You saw him downtown somewhere, and he's out here now. He's over in the party camp.
At Schoolie Palooza.
Well, I saw him on my drone video that I did yesterday. Yeah. He's parked over at the one of the guys, the bigger bus. He was down at over by the Party R camp.
Yeah, that's right. He's there. He moved there the other day, and now he's going to Schoolie Palooza.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, go over and check his channel out, and it's a little different, so you might really like it. And it's not the same old. I'm a nomad driving in a van and all the.
It's artistic.
There you go. It's more artistic than it is factual type stuff.
Yeah.
It's his eye with the camera. It's really
me traveling around and what my day is about. What happens in my day.
Very good. All right. Well, I hope you all liked it. We'll get this put up, and ciao. Take care.
See you guys. It's Gus in a bus, no spaces.
All right. Bye bye.